Good evening. Hey, I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. I am. Today is NSPS TV Paranormal Podcast, Sunday evening podcast. I just thought of that, but it sounds pretty good to me. So I think I'm going to keep using it. How you guys are doing today? Hey, today we are in Lexington, Kentucky with Bluegrass Ghost Chasers. How are you guys doing today?
Doing
Doing
wonderful.
well, Terry. How are you?
Hey man, I am doing great. Like we were talking early, Larry. I just got off of work at 5, shot home, took me a quick shower, man, got me a Pepsi, and I am ready to go for this podcast because, man, it's been a while since I've been to Kentucky. And I'm eager to see what you guys got going on up there. You know what I'm saying? So, with enough said, I'm gonna turn it over to you guys, and you guys introduce yourselves.
All right, Lorianne, you be first. Ladies first.
You're so sweet. I am Laura Ann Torres. I am the assistant case manager for the team. Our team name is Bluegrass Ghost Chasers, as Terry said. Been there with them for about 6 years and going strong.
All
Oh,
right. Yeah, I've been with them about a little less than Laura, about 5.5 years. I'm now the vice president. We're doing and we love doing residentials, but right now it's slow, so we're just concentrating on going to some other places in Kentucky that we got Bobby Mackey's, Waverly.
Bobby
Been
Mack.
hearing about a couple other ones. So yeah, we're getting around. We're not doing residentials what we like to, but we still getting out studying paranormal. I mean, I know it's places a lot of people been over hunted, but you can still do your research, do
Hmm.
different techniques or try different things. So yeah.
Hmm.
So we're
You
still getting
are,
out there.
yeah, man. Hey, Kentucky is a very interesting state. It's within itself. A lot of history,
Oh yeah.
a lot of and I was kind of bored at work, so I was checking into Kentucky. Man, there is a lot of land out there that has not been touched by human hands,
Sure.
human
Especially
feet.
get out to the Appalachians, out East Kentucky. I mean, that's some they got their own kind of weird folklore and stuff in the
Yes,
mountains.
they
You know what I'm
do.
saying? And so it's some of them places are weird. I do a lot of work out that way on cell phone towers, and they're out in the middle of nowhere, and it can be pretty. I'm not saying scary, but some places got an odd feeling.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, and dude, if I was out there, man, I'll tap into that so quick, man. And just every weekend, I would be out there, man, and in the wilderness, just trying to figure out what the hell is going on, man.
Hmm.
A lot of
oh yeah, the only
spookiness.
thing is, yeah, you just gotta be careful. These people in Eastern Kentucky, they like to
They
shoot.
don't play.
Well, hey, one thing about us Texans down here, man. Hey, we don't have to have a license for a weapon for a gun down here, man. It's like the Wild Wild West down here. You know, Eh, believe it or not, everybody can carry a gun, and not cops won't even mess with you.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right, hey, tell me how you guys got started in this, man. Are you guys just decide to pick up a K2, or you guys had an experience, or how'd you guys get started?
Well, me personally, I'm like a lot of people. I grew up in a house that had some activity, nothing scary, just little things here and there. And then
Hmm.
over time, my birthday is October 30th.
Oh
So we're
wow.
right there at the time in Illinois at the time. We celebrate 2 days, 30, 31st. So we was always doing something. As you got older, we went to abandoned houses and, stuff like that. But I think what really got me is I was in the Navy and we was
Hmm.
going to do training in Cuba, and we went across the Bermuda Triangle. And all the stories you hear about the Bermuda Triangle, well, when we went through, the water was just as still, just like glass. Like 3 a.m, I was on watch on the starboard side of the ship up front, and I seen a big flash light, kind of like a flash bulb on old camera would. It didn't light up the whole sky, but I just seen it. And so I called into the bridge and the ops center. I was like, "Is there anything on the radar or something?" There's like, "No." So I was like, "Oh." So that really kicked it off again. That was back in '89. Yeah, so I mean that really got me back into it. So we'd get back, we'd go to places around Virginia Beach and stuff, and look around. I think that's the first time I ever really started carrying a little recorder. I think we got stuff. I never saved it, so time is just you had your little Walkmans and stuff back in the '80s. That's how old I am. I'm aging myself if you didn't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean that's the time I really started doing stuff, and then I really didn't start investigating into probably residential stuff till 2010. I joined the group in Georgia. Still friends with all of them. Goes to Georgia. Just gonna throw that out there in case anyone's listening. And I still do, and that's when we started doing a bunch of residentials. And that to me, that's my passion. I'll never be a fireman or a policeman. I'm just not that guy. But helping people with the paranormal, I can do, and I think we do a good job. Even Bluegrass Ghost Chasers, we've had helped a lot of residents and people to deal with what's going on there.
Okay, cool. All right, Lauren, what about you?
Well, for me, I really didn't have a personal experience. My father did, and he told me all about it when I was a child, and I listened and paid attention. But I was actually raised, in church not to believe in all of that. So I started actually watching the TV shows when Ghost Hunters first started with my best friend, and it was like a passion of ours just to watch them and see what they would find and that type of thing. So we became interested in that. And she passed, and when she passed, I met another friend who said, "Hey, Laura, there is an event that we can go to that where you can actually stay the night and you can ghost hunt and you can." I'm like, "No, that stuff's just for TV." And she said, "No, come on." So I went and we went down to Tennessee to a place called the Thomas House, and I was hooked. Just the different types of experiences we had, the different evidence that we caught while we were there, and then to turn that into, like Larry was saying, helping people, giving them peace of mind. I'm all about helping people. It's been my life goal to help people in any way I can. And this is an extra way that we can go in and try to help them. It's funny though, some of the residences you go in, you're going in to give them peace of mind. You think they're worried, you think they're, but when you tell them that really it's not paranormal, they get upset.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. They'll call in another group to come in and try catching something. It's crazy. It's like they want to be haunted, but if he's really haunted, I don't think he'd really want to be.
So, no, I don't think they really want to be either, man.
It's just the type of people you run into. I mean, you got to deal with it one way or the other.
You really don't want that headache, because having something in your house, man, it's a big headache, and it can totally drive you insane if you let it.
Yes,
well, it's crazy. I mean, we've always had, since I went to Savannah working one time years ago, that everywhere we move, we have stuff going on. Well, here in Lexington, tell you a story real quick. I don't want to cut into it, but I got locked out of the house. My wife was in the kitchen, and I went out on the back porch to clean out the bird stuff. And on the back door, you kind of got to pick up and pull to lock it. I mean, if you let it go, it's just going to fall back down and won't lock. But I was locked out. I never heard the door close. I actually had to beat on the door for my wife to come out of the kitchen to let me in. So,
oh wow.
So I can see if someone was dealing with something like that, but a little, 10 times more powerful and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it could. You wouldn't want that all the time, for sure.
No, you sure don't. Lorianne, since you brought it up, we're gonna have a little topic about TV shows and stuff like that. Now, since you're into the paranormal and you've been in for some time, what do you think the difference is between what you've watched on TV and what you've experienced firsthand?
That's a good question. I will let you know that, myself, a lot of what you see on TV, like what I call poltergeist activity, where
Mm-hmm.
things are moving around and, cabinets, doors are opening and closing and things like that. That is a rarity. I myself have not seen that happen. I've seen a door or heard, not seen a door close. I knew it was open then it was closed and you heard it close. I've heard that
Mm-hmm.
type of thing. I'm not saying that what's out there is not real. What I'm saying is it's more rare, I think, than some of the TV shows, find. Um, but like EVPs and things like that, those are very common. Depending on the location, of course, and how haunted it may be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So uh but and shadows and orbs and all of that type of thing. Um Orbs and I'm not a fan of orbs unless it's, a particular type of thing. I don't think everything is an orb.
Okay.
Not that, you know what I'm saying? I think orbs can be explained away 99.999% of the time. Um, and so I don't count them. You know what I'm saying? Shadows as well for me. It's weird for me. I'm probably one of the most rare investigators that will say I have not really seen a shadow, so to speak. I've seen a shadow figure cross the road in front of me, and this was recently, and we weren't even investigating. But other than that, I count it as my eyes adjusting. So I probably have seen shadows that I just don't count because I don't believe you can count them if you can explain them. You see what I'm saying? But
Right.
with TV, um, a lot of it is entertainment. It's hard to tell,
Mm-hmm.
what's entertainment and what's real. But I can say that the things that the TV shows are showing, that those things, I have experienced most of those things. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So, demons, I mean, a full-fledged possession, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? And I do believe those are possible and those are real as well. But to answer your question, I think TV, it's 50% entertainment and 50% is, what's really going on.
Right. Now, just by talking to you for this brief moment, this short, just brief conversation we just had about TV shows, it seems to me, I could be wrong, that you might be 85% skeptic, 15% believer, because you try to, it seemed like to me because you try to figure out what is going on before
Mhm.
you actually say it's paranormal. Am I correct?
Right, and that's one thing I'm proud of my team for too, and why I like being a part of this team for is that we do try to debunk before we call paranormal. You know what I mean? Not everything is paranormal. There may be
Right.
an explanation. Are there things out there that can't be explained? Of course. I believe that 100%. But not everything am I going to label as paranormal. I'm going to try to find a reasonable explanation for it first. And our team does the same.
Wow. You know what? And it's good to be like that because it seems like today, that's paranormal. That's paranormal. That's paranormal. Everything. Hey, that fly on the wall. That's paranormal.
Yeah.
And
And
My
go
and
ahead.
if you're dealing with resident, people that live in a house, your main goal is to make them calm down, look at it a different way, and that's how you help them. If you go in and say, "Oh my God, it's a demon," these people are going to freak out. It's your
Yeah.
job. Every person's job when you go do this is to help that customer, help that client, I should say, to
Now,
calm them down. Let's look at it at a different perspective.
are you guys? Let's question that I have for you guys is what kind of paranormal investigators are you guys? Are you guys in, because there's different levels, are you guys in the validation and validation only? Or are you guys into validation plus if there's something, a little demon on it, with the demon in it, you guys are able to handle that on your own? Or are you guys more full-fledged, which I know you're not, full-fledged demon detectors with, you go in looking for demons, and demons only. They really don't deal with then poltergeists or ghosts or anything. Which one are you guys?
I,
Well, go ahead, Lorianne.
I was just going to say, I think we're more of the second. I think we're more of, we're going to go in and validate. we try to give the client what they're looking for, except, if they're looking for it to be paranormal and it's not, we're not going to do that. We're going to be honest and authentic about everything that we do. That's what we promote. But I believe we're more of, we will validate, authenticate things that are going on, or give you an explanation for something that it could be, you know what I'm saying? But also, if you
Exactly.
have something that you don't want in there, you know what I mean? If you have something that's, you know, causing you stress or whatever and you don't want it there, we do have some members on the team that are practiced in being able to remove them. Not
Okay.
necessarily demonologists, but people of different. And one good thing about our team is we're people of different faiths, different
Okay.
beliefs. So we have like Wiccans, we have um I'm a Christian myself. We have, I think we had a Catholic. We have just different people from different backgrounds. So, and that brings different perspectives as well, as you know. But anyway, not to get off topic, I do believe we're the second. What do you think, Larry?
Yeah, I believe Lorianne. We'll go in and compile evidence with, EVP. We'll use spirit boxes and stuff, but we do have people on the metaphysical side as well. So we're more trying to get info. More, we're not going to go in and say, "Hey, this is paranormal." We try to debunk things, the claims, and everything they're doing. And we'll even give them a report in our uh, what did we caught, pictures or EVPs. So I'm with Laura Ann. We kind of do a little bit of everything, but we're trying to gather evidence for that client, not saying
Okay.
it's on it, not right off the bat.
Hey, that you know what? That I'm the same way. Now, are you guys? What do you guys do when you come into a residence? Do you guys have a medium or a psychic on the team where you guys send them in first, just to validate, that these individuals are not playing with you guys? It's not a hoax. Do you guys send somebody in first just to confirm what they say is going on in their house or in their residence?
Not really, not unless they ask. We will try on every investigation to get one of our people that are psychic or mediums to investigate with us. We don't use them as evidence, but if they say, "Hey, I'm feeling something here," or I'm catching a name, don't tell me the name, but they're catching a
Hmm.
name. So we'll try running with that when we do EVP sessions and stuff. But unless they ask, we won't send them in just for that.
Just for that. Okay.
Yeah, no, unless they ask. But no, more we try keeping them with us, but because a lot of people they'll do that and then they'll say, "Oh, okay, they're real. We don't need anything," and that's not the case. You don't know. I mean, I've worked with a lot of psychics that are good, but they're not, you know, to be off-putting, but not. They're never, they could be 45%. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
could be getting stuff from the outside, not just in the household. Something following them from somewhere else and trying to connect with them that has nothing to do with our investigation. So to me, we take them to help focus a point to investigate, but not use them as evidence.
Okay. Good. Good. Hey, good answer. Good, really good answer. Now, let's talk about Lexington, Kentucky. Are you
Okay,
guys born and raised there?
I
Well,
am no.
Larry, what about Luann? Are you from Lexington? How
No,
big is that town?
it's about as big as, I don't know what area of Texas you're in, but it's about as big as Bryan College Station.
Oh,
It's a
that's not
college
big.
town like Bryan College Station.
Oh, wow. That's like maybe, I mean, let's say if the kids are there, maybe 100,000. When the kids are left for the summer, it's probably 50,000, maybe.
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah,
depending on
probably.
the school
Okay.
session. But
Now, okay. Now, how does the community? What do they think about you guys?
Well, our team is actually founded out of Frankfort, Kentucky, which is our state capital. Here in Kentucky, I mean, I know that the paranormal is becoming more normal, more accepted, but in
Hmm.
Kentucky, you find areas that's not so much. So you have to be careful. But pretty much in Lexington and Frankfort and the areas, we are welcomed. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere, and people reach out. So, but there, you still do run into those that are, really skeptical and just don't want any part of it and that type of thing. Because especially being in the country. But it's weird because, like Larry was saying, in Eastern Kentucky, in Appalachian area. they have so much folklore, things I've never heard of. And they still practice that today. I just talked to someone from Appalachia, Kentucky, actually yesterday, and he was reminding me, well, telling me, because I didn't know that they actually did it, that when people died in a home, they would cover the mirrors and they would open a window so that the spirit would make sure that they went out of the window. Those are things I've never heard before because I'm not from that part of Kentucky. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
So it's just interesting the different types of cultures that are around here in the state. But we're pretty much accepted, I would say. Larry, what would you say?
Yeah, well, not as in some other states. I find in Kentucky that people want it, but then all of a sudden they clam up. They don't really want to talk about it, especially in Eastern Kentucky. They really don't like talking about that because their beliefs are so strong that it's like, oh, maybe you shouldn't be trying to talk with this. You may be messing with the devil, which we're not, but in their minds, that's what we're doing.
Right. Now, that when you say messing with your mind and don't mess with this, don't mess with that, that sounds like a religion belief.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, what's the main religion in Kentucky?
I really don't know. I know they got a lot of what's it called, the snake handlers. That's still a thing. I'm not sure what it's called. I don't remember, but that's still a thing. They handle the snakes.
But
so that's still a thing.
They do still have that. I think the majority of I think it's like half and half Catholic and Protestant. Yeah, I'm not positive on that, but I'm pretty sure.
That sounds about right. I looked it up a long time ago, but they still got some old practices here.
Mm-hmm. Now yeah, because down here in Texas, Southern Baptist rules it all in certain parts of the of the eastern states. Catholic more of the South and the West, and up north around the Dallas Fort Worth area, it's just whatever.
Anything goes.
Yeah, it's just whatever. All right, quick shout out, guys. Linda and Larry and Melinda Conley. Hello, guys. Thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Angel Torres from Laredo, Texas. Hey, man, I am so jealous right now. 80 degrees and clear skies in Laredo. What? That is nice. Yeah, that is perfect UFO watching. Dude.
That's right.
And if you can't watch a UFO, you damn sure we can go train watching. If you ain't never been train watching, then something wrong with y'all, because train watching is the best thing to do on an 80-degree night on a clear sky. Is sit back, get a 12-pack of beer, and get close to the train tracks and watch those boogers. Hey, man, I've seen trains get up to 70, 75 miles an hour, and those bad boys will knock you on your butt if you're sitting right there. Woo,
right? Yeah. I tell you what, this is dating me, but back in '89 when I was in high school, I was down near Houston in a little bitty old town called Hearn, Texas.
Oh,
and that's what we did on prom night, or every night that we could. We went and chased them, though. We would not only watch them, we would try to race them.
How would you go? In the car, I guess? Not on foot?
Yeah, in the
car. Yeah, man. People look at me like I'm crazy. It's like, hey, Big Cheese, what are you doing tonight? I like, dude, if I can have my way, I would go sit under a bridge and do some train watching. Give me a 6-pack of Busch beer. I'm cheap. Don't judge me. I'm cheap. Give me a 6-pack of Busch beer and just watch those boogers go by every 20 minutes. And
I didn't know that was a thing, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. And guess where those trains are going? They're headed towards Hearn, Texas.
That's right.
Oh.
That's the main, that old Santa Fe track that runs from San Antonio through Austin, runs through Hearns. Yeah, those bad boys, man, they running every 15.
Really?
Yeah, they when they run, they run. There's no speed limit over here for trains. And, hey, but okay, guys, let me get rid of this. You guys, it seems like you guys got together over there. Like I said, you guys been together for a long time. And how many members are there?
Right now, oh gosh. Now through COVID, we lost a few people. Um,
I
I
think
don't
we're
know.
running about eight right
Yeah.
now.
About
Yeah.
8? Now, do
Mhm.
you guys, is it hard for you guys to recruit? If you guys, well, if your numbers drop so before, a certain level and you guys want to pick those levels up, is it real hard for you guys to recruit new members?
Uh, to me, yeah. Um, a lot of people want to do it until they realize it's different than TV, then they don't really want to
Hmm.
do it. So I guess it's easy to recruit, but it's hard to keep anybody serious.
Right. It's like they're interested, like Larry's saying, but then when it comes to the commitment part, because it is a commitment, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Then it's hard
Yes,
for
sir.
them to do that.
Yeah.
It is a big commitment, not only, individually, but it could definitely do some damage to your pocket if you let it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly. Yeah, that and and a lot of them they're just in it for, which I don't blame them, but they're in it for the fun part. Let's go do the entertainment part. But when it comes to the residential, like we're really helping people and this could really happen, they're like, "Oh no, not for me.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
for me."
They're not ready for that 1 hour EVP session where nothing happens, or
well,
an
yeah,
8 hour.
yeah, right. And like you say, most of these youngsters today, they are the type that just want to do it. Hey, man, it's on my bucket list. Let me go ahead and knock it out.
Mhm.
So they'll jump in and ask, hey, can I be a part of the team for, I can do this. They'll last maybe a day, then check it off their bucket list. Like,
Right.
hey, I was a paranormal investigator for one
Right.
day.
Yeah.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Terry,
what.
it's like you said, Terry, sorry, Larry, that when you were asking about the TV. On TV, it looks like so much fun. They're always catching this, they're catching that, they're doing this, but
Yeah.
what people don't realize is that they may be catching this and that, but it took 5-10 days possibly to catch
Yeah.
that one thing. I mean, we go out there, we'll sit there, it's like fishing in the dark, waiting on, just that's what I always compare it to. It's just you're sitting there, you have to be patient whenever you are an investigator. You have to be patient and just wait and see, and and it's a lot of wait and see. You know what
Wait
I'm
and
saying?
see.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of see and wait, either one.
Mm-hmm.
That's, that's what I'm saying. You gotta run your recorders. I got all kinds of equipment. I spend a lot of money, but I will never go to an investigation without my EVP recorders or cameras, or my spirit box. But
Okay.
that's really the three. If you want to start investigation, just get you a camera and a recorder to start out. Don't
Mm-hmm.
go buying all this fancy stuff and do what
Your
exactly
phone. I
your
was gonna say, just use your phone.
phone does all of it. Records and videos.
Well, I got an iPhone 12, and I know it can record, but I just haven't figured that out yet. You know,
I still use a digital one. I don't. That's I don't. My phone stays at base and turned off. Because
it's
it
still
can mess with some of your equipment, so it just stays there. But I mean,
okay.
you can use your phone if you want. That's what I say. Don't go out and spend a bunch until it's something you really want to do. Go
Oh
to
yeah.
a haunted tour. Or they got all kinds of events you can go to public ghost hunts and stuff everywhere in the United States now.
Mm-hmm.
Go try that
Mm-hmm.
out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hello, how you guys doing? Another quick shout out. How you doing?
I say Cindy and Torres Paranormal. You know what? We need to
Yeah.
go to Texas investigate with y'all, and y'all need to come to Kentucky and do us.
Hey, you know what? I got a buddy of mine who's actually was born in Kentucky, and I asked him today when we're going to Kentucky. Oh, I don't know.
Well, hell, come on out. I know
I'm
three
like,
places right now we could probably go to, and one of them's
oh yeah,
fairly near.
definitely. Well, no, see, we're gonna take that road trip to Eastern Kentucky, man.
Shit,
Oh
come on, we'll
yeah.
go in the woods and find out.
I want to go, check. Hey, is that no, wait a minute. Is that Jersey Devil in Kentucky, or is that a little bit northern?
No, it's Jersey, New Jersey.
Well, I mean, hey, we can go up there. How far is Jersey from Kentucky?
I
Two
don't know.
hours?
We'll make it a road trip and stop on places on the way.
Damn
It's
right,
probably
hell.
8 hours at
Right.
least.
Damn right, hell. Hey, I got some PTO days. Let's do this.
Exactly.
Do
We'll
it.
do a paranormal road trip, and we just stop everywhere.
Dang, hey, where you go, man? Hey, long as we got some beer and some. Of course, you're driving,
Oh
and
yeah, I'll be the driver. That's fine. I won't drink until we get there.
because I can't drink and drive. It won't let me. And man, have a good time. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going.
Yeah, I'm going to come down to South Texas sometime and do the USS Lexington. I've done the USS North Carolina, but I haven't been to the USS
The
Lexington.
Lexington, I have not been there, dude. I've heard so many stories about that place.
Yeah.
You know what? I used to be a truck driver, and I used to travel all over the state, all over the country, East Coast, West Coast. But I've never been to South Texas.
Really?
It's so weird.
Well, how far are you from there now? You're a good ways from there, ain't you? From the coast.
Oh, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the Galveston area, which is
what's closest? Which Galveston or Christie or Padre?
Oh, Padre is about 6 hours from here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Corpus, it's about. It take me 2 hours to get to Houston, but I'll say about 3.5 hours.
Yeah, that's a good weekend trip. Go to do that Lexington. Let me know how it is, Terry.
Oh yeah. You know what? I really want to do the Battleship Texas, but they're not allowing people to come, the paranormal investigators, to do that.
Really?
I don't know why. It's kind of weird. It's just, I guess it's a military thing.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? But definitely, I would love to check that out. Lexington, we can go down there. We can hit Corpus, man, in about 4.5 hours from Austin. And shit, like I said, I've never been to Corpus. I heard they got some good restaurants down there, and the beach is okay. I don't know which beach is better, Corpus or Galveston. That's a story. You know, hey, I've seen people start fights over that.
Must be a Texas thing.
Yeah. No, we got better beaches. People from Corpus tell those guys in Galveston, and, you know, it goes back and forth, man. You know, but we would definitely have to, you know, if you guys ever want to come down, we're more than welcome to hit that, either one of them up, dude. I mean,
I see Torres Paranormal says it's nice there, so maybe Torres Paranormal will host us.
That would be nice, hey, man, as long as they give me a pillow and they give me a place to lay my head, because I'm not going to get
a Yeah, exactly. I'll bring my own pillow, Torres Paranormal.
Yeah, give me a pillow and supply the beer, and we already talked to them about authentic Mexican food, because that's something we don't have. Man, we got a Chewy's up here. Who in the hell eat? I mean, Tex-Mex, don't get me wrong. Tex-Mex is good if you can do it right, but it's nothing like that authentic Mexican food. And, you know, it's far and few down here.
I tell you what, the one thing that I miss from Texas is the mesquite barbecue. Here in Kentucky, we don't do the mesquite so much. But in Texas, when I was there, it was that's what you did. You mesquite barbecue.
Oh, wow.
That sounds good, too.
Oh, my gosh. That's so good.
I want barbecue Texas.
Yeah. I think we'll go down to Eastern Kentucky and chop. Hey, y'all got hogs over there? I mean, I don't eat pork, but we can chop us up a good hog and or a good deer and eat them up.
We got chicken and hogs and I don't know. I guess all kinds of animals. Squirrel. If you want to try some squirrel.
Ah, man. Hey, man, the squirrel that we have in my backyard, we got a good relationship going. So, I mean, I don't know about me eating his relative. I mean, he might feel some type of way. He might get a phone call, and you know, and I put a little bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios out there every now and then, and he don't mess with me. Hey, we got a good vibe going. He don't mess with my stuff, and I feed him.
Nice.
So, yeah. All right. My daughter makes some good Mexican food. See, there you go playing with me.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that might be our invite there, Terry.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I am definitely thinking we might have to shoot down there. We can take the company plane. I'll come up there, pick you guys up, and we can shoot back down to South Texas.
All right, my gear's packed up and ready to go. So
where we're going to land the plane? That's the question. We might have to hit some water.
I skydived one time, so I might be able to do it again. Someone was with me, but I'm sure I can just jump and pull the cord.
Well, yeah, definitely. Hey guys, tell me about some. And now you guys says East Kentucky is where all the good stuff is. Now, tell me about a little bit about some of the urban legends where you guys are at.
Hmm.
I think the only one I can think of is over in Louisville, and was it the Goat Man? I think there's a Goat Man in Louisville that haunts a train trestle. There's actually an
Hmm.
Oh,
active,
yeah. Yeah, there
yeah, it's
is.
actually an active train track, and we're trying to think that everybody thinks that people just get on there and the Goat Man don't kill them. It's just the train runs them over. They got to jump off the bridge, but it's the
Well,
Goat Man.
It's the
I'm trying to
bridge.
think of the thing, but
you know what? Is it me or there's a goat man in every damn state?
there's one in every state. There's one in Texas. I've seen that on TV. So
Yeah, there's one in every state, and I don't want to. They gotta be. They gotta be relatives.
right.
They
I
gotta
mean,
be related some
it
type of
makes sense.
way.
Yeah. They just don't get along, so they move to different states.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, hey, like the Hatfields and the McCoys. You know, if they don't get along,
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
go fight it out. Then they'll just move and do whatever. Yeah,
But to
but
me, that's the only urban legend. I mean, there's a lot of Bigfoot sightings in eastern Kentucky as well, around
hmm,
Red River Gorge and stuff. So, I mean, we got Bigfoot here.
okay,
Not as many UFO sightings, but as in, not really a lot of urban legends, but that Goat Man in Louisville
oh,
that I
okay.
We
know of.
have, there's also a witch tree in Louisville that it was actually lightning struck it. And when it grew twisted and knotted and all of this type of thing. So the folklore history or urban legend around that is that it is a witch tree, a tree for, and so that a lot of people visit that. The one he's talking about in Louisville with the goat man, I've actually been to that trestle, and it is where it's so high up that people climb up there to try to get a sighting, and they have fallen off of that bridge.
Yeah, that's
That's and we do have a lot of haunted roads in Kentucky. We have one that it's in actually northern Kentucky, and they call it haunted, but I'm sure it has to do with something scientific. I'm just not that scientifically inclined, but where you will go, you park, the road goes up. I mean, I'm sorry, the road goes. Oh shoot, how is it? Oh, okay. The road is straight. No, it goes up. I'm sorry, I can't get it straight. Goes up, and when
Mhm.
you sit in neutral, it pulls you up the road. I've actually gone to that, and I've actually done
Hmm.
that. We have a lot of cemeteries
there's a
that
lot
they
of places
call,
like that too.
yeah, and they have a lot. We have a lot of cemeteries that they call, doorways to hell. We have a lot of, a lot of. Kentucky must have been completely insane because we have a lot of insane asylums. We have a lot of asylums and hospitals that are supposedly haunted here. Oh, and taverns. We have a lot of
Wow.
taverns.
Yeah.
I myself
Now,
live in a tavern that was built in the 1800s, and
now, when you guys do a lot of investigations, now the question that I have for you guys is, when you guys investigate, and let's say a house, how much is that is not actually the house, but the property itself?
Uh, it's a good
Because that is,
question. I mean, I really can't tell you because maybe the house and property are always been connected.
I
Unless
mean,
if the house is newer, then we can kind of look at maybe the land.
right.
But I mean, it's really hard to tell unless you get an EVP. And
I
we do
mean,
ask him kind of questions,
I mean,
maybe with the
because
land or the house.
I think Kentucky is big Native American territory. Am I right? So you would think that the Native Americans, man, would feel some type of way after
Oh,
the
sure.
settlers came in and they just started kicking them off their land. So just like every other state, I was in Indiana last night with the podcast, and some of the property, some of the land, the Indians cursed because the people that came in, the settlers that came in, reneged on the treaty. So the treaty was signed, and but yet the settlers moved in anyway, and that pissed off the Indians,
Sure.
and there it goes.
Yeah.
oh, that definitely exists here. I can't say that I've been on a case myself, where we have found that to be part of it. Maybe because we didn't look, you know what I'm saying? But it is
Mm-hmm.
definitely part of this history. Um,
Yeah, I never dealt with it here. I dealt with it in northern Georgia, uh, some kind of Native American hauntings, and they
and
get
then
pretty nasty.
and
Oh
then
yeah, they get pissed.
there are some too that we've come across that were actually objects, possibly objects that were haunted and that were, in the homes, not necessarily the home, not necessarily the land, but an object somebody got at a yard sale or something else. But and that's
Yeah,
rare. That's very rare, but that it's possibly been that.
yeah, and you can usually when you talk to the client about that, they say that nothing's ever happened until they went here and bought this or something. So I mean, at least that's a clue. I mean, if you
Mhm.
go in and the house is haunted, I mean, then you really should investigate the property too, see if you catch anything outside the house. We don't
Hmm.
know, so it's always
Now,
good to do the property
how
first.
much does that contribute to a haunting when somebody brings in something from the outside and they don't know what's wrong with it? All of a
Right.
sudden, all of a sudden, strange things started happening in their house. Uh, can you guys give me a number on that? I mean, on on that case or something like that. What do you think the number is on when somebody actually does
Well, you
that?
like percentage wise? Because I mean, I don't know. I don't unless you can really track it down to a certain object. I don't think you can really give a percentage. A lot of people do. To me, I don't know. It's very like Laura Ann said, it's very rare
Mhm.
because to me, I have a hard time that something's going to attach to an object for one. I
Mhm.
don't know why they would,
Because
and
the
I
reason why
really
I was
haven't.
the reason I asked that question is because it just came to my attention is I was watching TV yesterday and a paranormal show came on where they actually somebody found the box and the box was welded on all four corners and they
Right.
was trying to figure out why was this box welded and it had some strange markings on it and so they went home. They actually got the box, took the box home, and tried to pry it and tried to open it. They succeeded opening it up, and once they opened it up, something dark actually came out of the box and flew out the window.
I think
Huh.
that's called a Dybbuk box. A Dybbuk box is one of those where they try to supposedly try to trap a entity of some kind that is malevolent, and they
Mm-hmm.
seal it like that. And yeah, once you open it, you opened, you opened it. it, you
No,
know.
no.
So I've never come in contact with those. I've only seen that on TV, so I can't say that those
I
actually are real. But I have
I
seen
don't
the
know.
idea of them.
I don't see how you can trap something like that in a box unless you're some kind of magic or uh, I don't want to say witchcraft, but some kind of something you can do to something and trap it in there. Other than that, I just don't see how. I mean, them old
Well,
grape chasers used to, their old show tried to always capture ghost and
and you know what, guys? And that opens up another question that I have for you guys. Um, I ran across a couple of people, that practice witchcraft, and they've actually said we've actually captured something in a box, and that's the only way that we can actually let it be safe if they trapped this whatever it was in this box and they sealed it and they in order for them what they did was they took it out to the middle of nowhere and they buried it so nobody it would never bother them again. So is it possible that people that practice different arts can actually do this?
I just have to say yes because what we do. You kind of got to keep an open mind about everything. I cannot say no, they can't just because I haven't done it. The way I
Right.
investigate and stuff ain't the way everybody does it. I'm not
Mhm.
the one that makes the rules. You know what I'm saying? We're not.
Yeah.
The way I investigate doesn't mean it's the right way. It's the right way for me. So to
Exactly.
say someone say they capture something, I'm going to have to say, okay, I believe you. Can you prove it? For one, but yeah, I got to take their word on it. I mean, just like we do clients. they tell us outrageous, stories that are like from movies, but it's their story. We got to believe them and then investigate and see what we can find. So yeah,
Exactly.
I'm going to say yes to that.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with what Larry's saying. When you're in this field, you have to keep an open mind.
Yes.
Anything is possible. um and so when you come, like he said, even though you may not practice that yourself, but we do have people on our team that are Wiccan and practice witchcraft of some sort. Not that type that I've heard where they've actually tried to catch anything, but who knows, they may be able to, and we just haven't encountered it yet. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I believe anything's possible. You have to keep an open mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything.
Yeah.
I'm a very open-minded individual. Like you say, in this field, you have to be.
Hmm.
To be closed-minded is to be sort of on the crazy side. I don't want to say the other word because it might offend somebody out there, so I'll just keep it to myself. You know what
It
I'm
may
saying?
sound crazy to us, but it don't to them. Just like some people believe in orbs. I'm not a big believer unless it's got
Yeah,
certain
I'm not either.
specifications. But it ain't for
Well,
me to judge. I'm not, like I said, I don't know everything. I don't know everything about
well,
this.
if I see an orb the size of a Volkswagen Bug, I don't have any choice but to believe in it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, and when you see those things with your eyes, right? Like if you're there and you're seeing it and you're seeing something pulsate and you're seeing it, move around and that type of thing, those are more likely to be I believe in than the ones you can see on camera, because there's just so much that it could be when it's caught on camera. You know what I mean? And so when you can debunk it like that, it's just hard for me to say, hey, that was an orb, when it could, it may not have been. May have been a piece of
Yeah.
dust, may have been a
Yeah,
bug.
I'm the same way. That's why, when I believe it or not, guys, I have not investigated many residential. I have maybe two in my short paranormal span. I investigated two, and we
Hmm.
were quite successful in the two that we investigated. But the two that we did is when we did it, we had to shut off everything, air conditioning, everything, because
Yeah.
we don't want any dust particles. Because a lot of people think orbs. I like, wait a minute, I know like a dust particle right there. You know,
Yeah.
so and they can get big. The minute that you sit on a bed and all the dust from the dust mite,
Hmm.
it's gonna pop up.
Yeah. Exactly.
So there's a lot of things that that you have to consider when you think about orbs and stuff like that. But like I say, if it's the one the size of a Volkswagen Bug, hey, I'm gonna try to capture that sucker.
I mean, that's just the kind of stuff you learn as you get experience and stuff to look for, just like EVPs. You'll be able to pick out the cars, the trains. You'll remember if a airplane flew over. So, I mean, that kind of stuff just comes along with experience. We're
Right
not
now,
experts in the field. We're just experienced in the field.
now, what do you say to somebody out there who is just now, who's where you guys were, Larry, 5 years ago, Laura, where you was a couple years ago? What would you say to somebody who's just now starting out? What would you recommend these guys to do first?
Well, first of all, like I said, don't go out and spend a bunch of money on equipment. Go try going to public investigations with people that some of these groups are holding. There, a lot of these groups are very good at explaining what's going on and what you can do and stuff you can do. And they'll the steps before you actually go out on your own. They'll give you tips and stuff. So just don't go out there with everything and not do nothing about it. If you're going to go out there and investigate, at least collect your evidence, keep it, and learn from it. Remember what moon phase you're in. I mean, when we do reports, we got moon phase, temperature, and stuff like that, because we're here to research as well,
Hmm.
not just have personal experiences.
Right. And I want to encourage people that are just starting out. If you're looking for a team, do some background on the team. Look at the
Yeah,
different members that they have and what practices they may do, because some of those practices may not be something you want to, do yourself or you want to be a part of. Some people do seances. We're not big on seances in our team and things like that. We're not against others who do it. We ourselves don't. You know what I'm saying? And so
Mhm.
that's on the flip side too. So if you are looking for a team that's doing that, just make sure you get your information. And then I'm going to tell you, remember, it's a lot of wait and see. You may catch
Yes.
something, you may not. So
Right.
that's what
All
I would definitely tell people.
right, guys. What do you think about this comment that Torres Paranormal just put out? Are you guys able to see that?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, where they did an investigation.
I see that they did an investigation at a house, and the lady had a lot of items with energy attached to them that she got at a flea
Mm-hmm.
market. And their equipment validated it, detected the energy, so she got rid of them. And her home was a lot calmer when she did. I don't doubt that
So,
one bit.
no, I mean, if you've experienced and it's happened to you, that's great. I believe that. I have not come across it, but I mean, I guess you proved it with your K2s or EMF meters. That's awesome. That's
Hmm.
awesome. You was able to pick that out.
Now, is it crazy for some? Let's say, for an example, you're at a flea market and you see this beautiful item, not knowing what the history of it is, and you go and you buy it, and you have, a couple weeks pass by, and you have this weird stuff happening to your house, and you're like, man, what the hell is going on? Well, is this here,
Yeah.
that, there? My box of cereal, I know it wasn't in the same place it was a couple days ago. So who in the hell's messing, and it's crazy how people, they know that something is attached to this, but yet instead of doing the right thing and doing the right thing with it, they rather just ship it off to the next person.
Yeah. Well,
It's crazy.
maybe. Yeah. I mean, just get rid of it. That's probably what I would do way back then.
Man,
Maybe they
I
didn't know
would,
what else to do. Maybe
I
people
don't
got
think
this
my
because they don't believe in it and they buy it. Stuff happens and it just stays there. Then you
and I
get good people like Forrest Paranormal go in there and take care of it.
that's right.
Maybe
But
they don't
I
realize what's going on.
but if I had something that was, an object, okay, that was causing me stress, but I really thought it was coming from that object, I don't think my conscience would allow me to pass that on with at least telling them, hey, that I got this and this stuff started happening. Whether it's attached to that or not, I don't know. But I want you to know this before you get it. And they can laugh at me like I'm crazy or whatever, but then it's on them. At least I told you.
right. And there
Oh,
are people out there, that are in the paranormal field, but their main thing is to rescue items like that. And they do what they need to do with it properly.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And
If I bought an item and I knew it was thing, I'd have it cleansed so I could keep the item.
Hmm.
I'd want them people to move on, whoever was doing it. I mean, like I
exactly.
said, I
I
don't know why I don't know why they attach themselves and stuff. I've never really had no experience with it, but yeah, I would try moving them on, keep the piece I bought, and bring them, some peace of mind.
And I
yeah.
took a little bit of education classes on that, and I can't remember the exact steps, but like you said, Terry, that especially if you have a malevolent spirit attached to an object, there are certain things that you want to do and certain things that you don't want to do. I thought my first instinct was, well, if it's a malevolent spirit, I'm just gonna go burn that sucker, right? No, you can't do that. I
Well,
just releases it. So there are certain things and certain practices that people have taught down through the generations that when you do come into contact with with this type of thing, um, then there are certain practices that to trap that spirit there and then get rid of that object.
exactly. I mean,
Well, that
'cause
kind of brings up a question for me, Terry. I mean, I don't know, and some of these viewers you got on here that these attached items, you think they're being attached to them by people? Like we was talking about, to attach them to keep them from hurting people, or are the spirits just sticking to them themselves?
well, I mean, most of the time, I think it's people that love something in their life. They don't want to let it go, so they automatically attach themselves to it. That's just like the movie Christine. If you guys remember that movie Christine,
Yeah.
uh, the guy or whoever it was loved that car so much, he didn't want to let it go. So he attached himself to that car, or she attached herself to that car, and and the rest is history.
Right.
So it's man, it's a tough question. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
I
I
really don't
really didn't
know.
think about it.
I mean,
I
'cause
really never thought about it until you brought up the witchcraft thing. I was like, well, okay. So maybe, I don't know, maybe some of these,
it,
especially more a darker entity, had been attached to it by someone else to try to keep
right.
other people safe.
You
Well,
know what?
So,
You'd be surprised on how far back certain things can go back in just history. Like for an example, that box could have been a 15th, 14th century box, and it
right.
just happened to make itself all the way to this place and time of now. But it did have strange markings on it, so we really don't know exactly. I mean, because back then, the techniques that were back then were a little bit more powerful back then than what it is now.
Oh,
Because
yeah, I believe that. I
mhm.
mean, we lost a lot of faith in that kind of stuff over the years. We don't have that big, strong belief in what they believed back then in their
right,
religion. Yeah.
Right. And I believe too. I mean, that's like the doll that's in Florida, and I can't remember the name. He's really popular, but the doll that's in Florida, the story behind him was that the boy that got it, if I remember right, the boy that got it grew up with it, was really attached to it. So when he passed, he stayed attached to that doll, and that doll. It's they say, of course, that you have to ask permission from him to take his picture, and if you don't, he like curses you. Now I'm not saying that this, I have not experienced this myself. It's what I've read, you know what I mean, about this particular object.
hmm
And he has letters that are around his box they keep him in, of people asking forgiveness for taking his picture and please release the curse, and that type of thing. Again, not saying that I've experienced that myself, because I have not. However, there's a lot of that going on around that certain doll. So, it could be possible. It could be possible. I know a friend of mine
Yeah.
collected haunted objects, and one time we took this doll that he had found to a location, and one of our friends was, talking to her and kind of, just messing with her. And then when she went and put her on the table, it could be pure coincidence, but when she put her on the table and came back, she was sitting there and she started feeling really hot on her leg. And on her leg,
hmm
she had what looked like a bout of cellulitis, where it was really hot, really red, and it only lasted maybe 5 minutes and went away. Was that
Huh.
because of the doll? I can't say it was, but I can't say it wasn't.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just different experiences.
hmm, interesting. Uh, you know, since we on this topic now, for an example, wouldn't property be the same way?
I
Now,
would
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Guess
because
so. Yeah.
yeah, 'cause Native
If you love the
Americans,
property, you put a lot of your sweat and tears into it. Absolutely.
yeah,
Um, for example, there's a place, and you may have heard of it, you may not have. Some of the listeners may have. Lake Shawnee Amusement
hmm
Park. That was built on Indian ground. And from what I understand from the majority of the people that have gone there, again, that's not, that I've heard from. If you don't like give an offering, or then bad things happen while you're there. You know what I'm saying? Like different things that you experience. I've heard that a lot from
right.
that location, and that's a big time Native American ground.
But
Oh
how much of
wow.
that is folklore, do you think? Just over the years, people
Oh,
saying
well,
that.
I mean, it could be, but the ones I've heard from are actually people who have gone and investigated.
Now,
Hmm.
when they investigated, did they investigate with giving offering and then not giving one and see if something
Yes.
happened?
hmm
Oh, okay. Oh, I mean, that's good. I've never been there. I want to go. It's on my
I
to
haven't
do
either.
list.
I haven't either.
I hear a lot about that place. That's the abandoned carnival, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you hear that as far as Texas, it must be something big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
it's been
there is a
around a
lot of
while.
things. Yeah, there's a lot of things here that uh, I'm to this day I'm still trying to figure out: is it folklore, urban legend? Did it really happen? there's a lot that I'm still trying to figure out on if that really went down. Like for an example, uh, what is that cemetery called? It's called the Witch's Grave. Every state has a witch's grave.
There's one over by Ashmore.
Yeah,
in Illinois.
Where
Bachelor's Grove has one, I think.
Yeah,
Bachelor's Grove in Illinois.
I'm sure we have one here in Kentucky. I need to look it up because I haven't heard of it yet. So
There
you're
is.
right. Every state has one.
Where
I think it's got iron bars over it. Something like that.
Over near Elizabethtown, probably.
Where the little slave girl got caught practicing witchcraft, or they thought she was practicing witchcraft. They hung her by the tree, and before she passed away, she said she's going to curse everything that and everyone that committed this bad deed that they did. And come to find out, I think they chopped the tree down in front, because the tree was actually right in front of the cemetery. I think they chopped that tree down, but she is still buried in that cemetery. And when you go there, you got to have an offering, like Larry and Laura. If you don't present something, bad things will happen to you. So that's just one of the things that I'm trying to figure out. The other one is Goatman's Bridge up in Dallas. Dude, it has to be more urban legend than anything, because the rumor is somebody killed this guy's goat or something, and I don't know. It's crazy.
Everything's based on some kind of factual happening, but I mean, I don't know. I think if I seen Bobby, I wouldn't write him a letter. I'd look at him, but again, maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't, just because it may happen, it may not. Why? Might take a chance because you're stubborn.
That's what I was going to say. Whether it be true or not, if anything's going to possibly say it's going to curse me, I'm going to do whatever I need to do in the beginning to stop it. It's not going to curse me.
Yeah, ain't no sense in being all proud and stuff. Might as well go ahead and make an offering.
Yeah, hell, man, get a card or some. It depends on who it is, the individual. If it's a little girl, man, just take her a doll or something. Something that they've never seen before in their life. They might even push it. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're nice to them, maybe they'll just give you some good evidence.
Yeah.
What would be really nice though is, I want to go and I want to give that offering, right, to protect myself, but I also want to have somebody on my team that's willing to risk it all and not do anything, just so I can see if anything happens.
You're gonna use him as a guinea pig. All right, Larry, you're up.
I'm 54. I ain't got nothing else to lose. Let's go for it.
All right, hey, man, this is a question that I kind of looked over. Sorry, Torres, but they want to know what kind of equipment you guys have and you use.
Oh, Lord, I got cameras, spirit boxes, thermal cam, some stuff, some like EMF meters that was made for me. One's like a carousel. I just got all kinds of EMF, spirit boxes, cameras, recorders, flashlights. I made a little thing with a bell on the inside. It's got glass over it, so try getting a spirit to move the bell so no wind or nothing will, or something like that. So I got a little bit of everything.
How successful? Do you guys have a music box? I've seen those things to be quite successful, man. Would you guys happen to have one of those I can borrow?
Yeah, I'd love to. I wish I had one of those. I don't. I want that, and I want the strip lights that everybody's using. You know what I mean? The motion detector lights that people are using.
Yeah,
those are my two items to get next. Yeah.
So what kind of music box? What are you looking at?
Huh?
It's a new. It's like a.
It's like an ordinary music box that people are using. I mean, there's nothing fancy. It's just that clean, clean, clean. It plays a specific song, and you just
so you try to get the spirit to do that. Yeah, that's why I got a wind up carousel like that. It plays music, but also it's got an EMF detector in it that, or like a proximity antenna. So if a
Mhm.
little child wants to play with it, the lights will light up and stuff. So
Laura, hey, you were saying something
Mhm.
about some lights that everybody is using.
I call them strip lights. A lot of people that I've been talking to, I'm a part of
Mhm.
the world's largest ghost hunt usually every year. And a lot of our teams that participate in that, they talk about their favorite equipment. And one of them mentioned this, they're just, from what I understand, just a strip of lights. They're motion detector lights that hook together. And as you know, something approaches that comes on, or you can ask them to do different things like come up, to, or, just to get them to answer questions and or do responses and things like that with them. I thought it would be cool to have those just to watch those. I mean, it could be anything. They don't have to be hooked together necessarily. I mean, you can just get some
Now,
motion detector lights, right?
what I have is you might think is amazing is just saying. Is there a Five Below store in Lexington you can go to?
What's it called?
Five Below or Six Below
yeah,
or Five Below?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Now
That's Five Below. Yeah,
that's the best place to go paranormal and vet. When you want some equipment, you have to go to that place
Okay.
oh yeah,
because they have everything that you would want: LED lights, motion detection equipment, everything. Um,
Awesome.
yeah. So what I did was I went and got me four 60 millimeter centimeter long rods. They're probably about as long, probably about as wide as a door. Okay, and I went and got some of that. I popped them out, and I went and got me some of that strange looking, different color paper that they had. It's called what is that paper called? Anyway, it's the paper that you put in the bag for like birthday gift. It makes
yeah.
it all look
Tissue
Like
paper.
tissue paper
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. Yeah,
well, yeah, but it's real slick and some kind of foam. It's some kind of paper. Cellophane,
Mm-hmm.
something. But anyway, I popped that off and I put that paper in there, and it's like 60 centimeters long, so I'm able to divide the colors up. You can do red, green, orange,
Mm-hmm.
or orange, purple, and white, or pink, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And I made a square, and you sit in between that square, and you're able to communicate with individuals because number one, it's motion detected, and number two is most entities or spirits have not seen that before, so they're curious about the colors. You know
Ah,
what I'm saying?
interesting.
right.
Yeah.
So people, when spirits come up and they're like, "Hey, can you touch it?" Then they'll come back and touch it. Then it's like, "Well, can you touch that red one again?" And so they'll touch that. They'll touch that. I mean, it's like a big board where you sit in the middle of a cemetery or whatever you're doing, and you're totally communicating with who or whatever that's out there, and it's festive. So people were actually like, "Wow, dude, that is really freaking cool."
Yeah,
How
it
you
sounds
able?
cool.
Yeah, dude, I love it. And one of those things that I've used is the same type rod. Since you guys do residential, you guys can probably use this. Uh,
Oh yeah, yeah,
use the
definitely.
same type of rod and put it in the doorway.
Yeah.
How many times
Yeah,
have you
for
guys
sure.
asked, "Can somebody come in this room?"
Mm-hmm. A lot.
So, but how do you know without that device? How you know something's in the room? But if you put something in that doorway where they can come through it, it'll
Mm-hmm.
light up. That's why you have validation that somebody's in here with you
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
prior to them using, going off the K2 going off,
Alarm
or
pod
the
or
EMF is going off. You know, that's where something is in that room because it has to pass through there to actually get to your EMF, and your K2 or whatever that you guys use.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not saying that they can't go through walls, but I'm pretty sure that they can, but that doorway is the main thoroughfare between actually coming into using your equipment, so that has to light up before you even, before they even start using anything.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
it's pretty
I
cool.
like it. I like that idea.
Yep. I'm gonna have to go shopping tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Wait a
Terry.
minute. Um, Now, do you guys use the cat balls also?
Yes. Yeah. We got all kinds of little cat balls and animals
All
and
right, get rid of them. Get rid of
get rid
them.
of them. What you
Get rid of
got?
them. Because you want to use something like this.
Oh, that
Okay.
looks cool. What's it do?
Now, okay, how many times have the skeptic came in and said, "Hey, man, the wind is blowing the cat balls, man, all that wind, blah blah blah. I really can't trust that cat ball because it's very very sensitive. You can
Right.
blow on it and it'll come on. With this bad boy, you actually gotta pop it for
Oh,
it to come on. So you actually need some force for this to work. And plus,
interesting.
you can't lose it. You
Right.
can't lose it because it's green. You know how many cat balls I've been lost in a cemetery because my eyes aren't that good anymore. And uh, hell, I'm like, where'd that cat ball go? I mean, you spend more time looking for a cat ball than you are investigating.
Mhm.
So I like, no, I gotta think. I really gotta think out the box. I really gotta find something that's big where I can see it. And I'm able to actually track it if I can't find it. I'm like, oh well, hey, man, there it is. Here it is, right here. So
Yeah,
this
for sure.
hey Larry, you got that? I'm gonna go buy it tomorrow. Look on your face.
Oh yeah, I'm going. I know right where the store is. My wife goes there, so
Well, I didn't
shopping.
buy this at Five Below.
Oh, okay. Well, where'd you get that?
Gotcha. Gotcha. Now, how many of you guys, Larry, are you a camera tech or are you an actual investigator?
Both.
Don't you get tired of holding that camera?
No, I got tripods.
Well, I'm saying, you have to follow somebody around. I mean, if you want to track, if you want to, let's say Laura, I'm following Laura around while she's investigating.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so why not just do me a favor, dude? Take that camera and throw it away.
Oh,
Just throw it away. Throw it away. You don't need it no more. Take
Okay.
it down.
What do you got, Terry?
Take it
Before
down
I
to
throw
Goodwill and just donate it to science.
Okay.
Donate it to science.
What you got, Terry?
Because, huh?
What you got?
Because I got these,
Your glasses or your eyes?
the glasses.
Uh
Yeah, I got a
huh.
pair of glasses. They got a camera on there.
Yeah. Hey, man, I've got a pair of glasses I bought from China. Tell me something, Larry, about your camera that you're proud of. What does it have?
Night vision.
Have that.
You got them in that?
Oh,
Night
that is
vision.
awesome.
No, yeah.
Okay. Tell me something else.
I don't know. It's got a.
Motion detectors?
Yeah, they got motion detecting.
Got that. Infrared?
Really?
So cool.
Infrared?
Yeah. Infrared. Yeah.
Got that.
It's got
I've heard
built-in
about
IR.
those.
Huh?
So
Now,
it's got a built-in IR.
infrared?
Yeah.
Those are my other ones. I don't, those are put up there. And Larry, let me ask you a question. You and Laura are investigating. You're watching her, you're filming her, and you hear something.
Right.
What is the first thing on your body that's going to move?
My head.
All right, then. Then what?
In the camera.
Yeah.
Then your camera. Am I right?
Oh yeah.
That's just
Oh yeah. Definitely.
I mean, that's just the way we work.
Reaction. Yes.
That's just the way our body is. We're gonna see what's there, then we're gonna turn the camera. But if you had these and you turn your head, don't you think you have an opportunity to catch that? What you think that you saw, or whatever that you hear. If you turn your head with the camera already on your head, you got a good chance to catch that evidence. Rather than
you probably got a 2-second better chance than with just the camera.
There you go, buddy. You know, once I discovered these things, I'm like, dude, that would, like you said, that would give me an additional advantage wise when I'm investigating, because I'm not that quick. I can't do this and not do that. I have to move this before I move my hand. But if I had audio, video, camera right here, I'm able to catch every little thing that I thought I didn't catch. So I went and bought, I flew all the way to Japan. China to get these glasses. No, actually, I hadn't shipped in. And we know China, man. China, believe it or not, guys, put out some of the best paranormal equipment on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with me finding these glasses, I'm able to, I hate to say it. Hey, whoa, hold up. You see that? Mike got him a pair also. Mike, what do you think about them? If I could, where is Mike at? I'd like to see Mike, what do you think about them? Because you're able to do so much. And you have these available. You're able to do something. You got these hands free. Sorry about that. But yeah, you got these hands free and you're able to hold a K2 or, that voice box or whatever that you got. You actually got hands to actually do that.
Those are really cool.
I'm looking at it. It's got IR night vision. I like that.
Yeah. And it would take away so much, man. That's what I'm saying. Take those cameras to Goodwill and just let them go. I know I've spent hundreds of dollars on equipment.
Well, I can still use them. I can set them up in other rooms, so they're not going anywhere.
Yeah. I got like 6 or 7 of them. Not even counting the 3 pair of glasses that I have, put up. So, and I got one more device for you guys that I think that would be interesting. Mike, I don't know why Mike is in South Texas. Larry, you said you got a stationary, right? Camera. You like stationary. You're a stationary guy. You like stationary cameras. Okay, well, let me ask you a question.
All right.
Now, when you set up that stationary camera, are you setting it to a certain location so where it can focus and capture what's right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens if something's in that camera and it goes across? But your camera is still right there because it can't track that. It can't track what that is.
Right.
What about if I told you I have a device that can track unknown objects?
Okay, then do tell.
Not that easy.
That's awesome, though. That's awesome.
That is awesome. And it sets on a tripod and it tracks known and unknown objects. So it will track you, Larry and Laura. If you step in front of it, it'll follow you wherever you go. 360 degrees. It will track you all the way around. But the only miscue that it has, it does not go up and down. But it tracks all the way around.
That's really cool.
You know what? I think I heard of a camera like that, and they got some that it's not a camera.
No, sir.
What is
Gotcha. Nope, it's not a camera, my friend.
Huh.
Wow. That's got me intrigued.
It got you intrigued. So, what I am going to do, Laura and Larry, I'm going to send you a video to both of these devices that I have. And I want you guys to check it out. Tell me what you think. And, if you like them, we'll send you the link. Hey, yep. She's talking about this right here. Pet balls. But yeah, I was, you know what? And that takes me doing a lot of research on trying to expand my mind as far as paranormal investigating. What type of equipment that I want to use, how I want to use it, where I want to use it. And the good thing about it is, because I'm the type of guy that like to think out the box. Not only do I want to think out the box, I want to kick the box. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the guy that when people come to and say, hey, this guy had thought of something real good. Now, I'm not the type of guy that goes out and promote, because I can't promote it because I'm not the one that invented it. Right. You know what I'm saying? If I invented it, then I can promote all day long. I like, well, this pretty cool, guys. Buy it for $29.95. And so on and so on. But you know what? I'm that type of guy that likes to help out other paranormal investigators, so they can see the big picture on, investigate it, and sometimes help them think out the box also.
And Terry, that's what it's all about. I mean, yeah, we're here to investigate and, to find evidence or, capture evidence, capture things. But also, a lot of at least in our area, a lot of the paranormal teams are losing that. We're all teams. We're all learning. Let's all share. Let's all learn. Let's all grow. That para unity. So I don't know, you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. It's like you're sharing. That is a perfect example of para unity, helping us all to become better, to grow. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of teams these days, I've noticed, are not so much into that as much as they are. Not to put them down, everybody's different, but more for the popularity, more for the that type of thing. And it's just, to me, it's losing the importance of why we're really here. You know what I mean? So thank you for that.
You're right. And Larry, believe it or not, these are the same type of glasses that Navy SEALs have, because most of the Navy SEALs, or the Red Berets or the Green Berets, they when the command always want to see what they see, so they have these particular glasses that can actually see what they see. Same thing. There's no difference in these glasses. Only difference is we use them for paranormal, they use them for ops. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's not much of a difference. And these glasses, most people ask me, it's like, okay, how's the audio? The audio is great. And I can tell you that now, because I'm gonna send you guys that video when I was at McDonald's. Yeah, I was in McDonald's, and I actually took those glasses with me just to show guys on how good the video and the audio is on these glasses that I have. And they're not expensive. The only expensive part is the waiting game. Like I said, mine came from China, and I had to wait maybe a month because it had passed through customs and all that other stuff. Okay, Terry, can you send me the website where got the glasses? Or where you got the glasses? Okay. Yeah. So, I think I showed Torres the video to it, and they're all in. I mean, I don't know if they're ever going to get rid of their cameras like Larry is. Larry, go ahead, just throw them in trash.
I'll just go ahead and send them to Torres.
What's up, Chop? Hey, Mike, if you can you tell Bluegrass Ghost Chasers what you think about those glasses that you bought that I shared with you? Just tell them briefly on what you think about them. Let's see if he responds. He should respond here in a minute. So, I mean, guys, they're pretty cool. I mean, I really enjoy them. Like I said, I'm going to send you guys the link to all this stuff. If you guys choose to buy it, it would be great, but I'm just here just trying to help people out, get out of that, that average every 20, I can't even count how many paranormal investigators on the planet that have the same equipment that we, see, Mike said, all right, it gives you more to do with your hands than with just having that big, bulky 30-pound camera. See, I see you got them broad shoulders, Larry. And, I know you've been carrying that camera, man, for like the last 5 years. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he said you're able to catch more, that. But they're cool, dude.
I'm excited.
They are cool. And the best thing, Larry, have you ever seen those baseball players that wear those? It seems like every baseball player had those glasses. They look like they put them on their head like this. They're black. I can't think of the name of them. But it seems like every baseball player in the MLB has them. They're shaped the same way. And I have some that's camouflage.
I hear that.
Oh yeah, and they're Bluetooth. So so I
That's
forgot about
cool.
the Bluetooth. Yeah, and they at the same time as Bluetooth, you're able to hear music. Also, they are freaking cool.
That's cool. So like you can hear music. Like if I had them on and I put Bluetooth music, that means Larry could hear it as well. Like it's speaker or.
No, I mean only because they have earplugs.
Gotcha.
So you will be able to hear it.
I
was going to say because we use music as a trigger sometimes. So I thought if it played out.
Oh yeah, music is totally, man. I was in an abandoned nursing home, and we played some 1940 to 1950 type music in the cafeteria. Oh my God, it went totally insane, man. I really enjoyed, going back there. Let's see here.
Sweet.
Cool. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, but yeah, dude. I mean, I would
definitely gonna look into it.
Larry. I don't know, man. I might have to just send it to Laura.
Send it on, buddy. I'm excited.
Am I too old to use something new? I guess.
Yeah, they are cool, man. I mean, you could take them to places where people they don't even know that they're cameras. You could probably walk around the house and people won't even think that you're recording them. I took them to work and people just like now, they're like, man, they didn't know until I told them. So
that is cool.
Yeah, it is.
So I can do paranormal investigations and stalk people at the same time.
Well, I don't know about that one, but you can definitely use them. You know what? And I've seen police auditors use them also. cops think that they're getting away scot-free with the stuff that they do, but not knowing that they're being recorded with the glasses. And there's one auditor out there that's on YouTube. That's all he uses these, and he drives around state to state auditing. He just audit police officers and cops, and just make sure they're doing the right thing, and they have no clue.
Nice.
That is very.
There was a certain time last week when a lot of people want to take pictures.
That's awesome, Angel. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
dude.
I like
Angel.
that.
Yeah,
That's,
dude.
and it's bringing that up too. Our team was actually founded in 2000. So our team has been around for 23 years now.
Wow.
But Larry and I'm sorry, I don't know, I've got Mike on break. Larry and I, we've been out,
Thanks,
the team
Mike.
around the same amount of time. And I get like we do events sometimes for World's Largest Ghost Hunt or something like that. We'll do an event for them, and we'll offer, when we first started doing it, we offered, like a VIP session just where you can meet the team. We're nobody, at least that's the way I feel. We're nobody, that anybody knows except maybe in the local area. But it surprised me. Our VIP tickets sold quicker than any other ticket because they
Oh,
wanted
wow.
to know us. They wanted to talk to us. They want, you know what I mean? I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's just like my team, NSPS TV Paranormal, we have meet and greets.
Yeah, that's what we called it. It was a meet and greet that came with the
Meet and
VIP
greet.
ticket. Mm-hmm.
We'll go to like a Buffalo Wild Wings, or we'll go to a place. Like last time, we went to a brewery, and the owner said, "Hey, you guys can do what you want. If it's gonna bring in customers for them to drink our beer, so enough, so be it." We put a bunch of tables together, put all our merchandise, equipment out, and people just start gathering around from us. They just want to know what we're about. Because little town like Cedar Park, I say we're probably about 47,000 people. We're not too big, but people are, and man, it's a very conservative town. And when I mean conservative, it's very conservative. And
Right.
people, but when we came out and we showed, what we're about, people, start coming to us, picking up the cameras, wanting to know what we do. Can we show them any evidence? So we make sure that we have pictures on the phone, and a little sketch, or like a little reel, us catching evidence, because people want to see stuff like that. You're
Oh, yeah.
totally right, Laura. And dude, it is so much fun.
Oh, it is. I mean, we get so many
Now,
people, like even if we just go out with our team shirts on, sorry, Larry, or our team shirts or jackets, that'll come up to us and be like, "So you really do investigate ghosts? Let me tell you a story." All the time, all the time, and I love it.
yeah, see, Mike, didn't
Woo.
you say when they was around your table, what was they picking up when they was around your table? A camera, not sunglasses, but a camera.
Mhm.
Let's see here. Well, I better be careful. I don't want to call Larry Mike again.
I know. That's cool. Angel's team's been around for a while too. They've been around for almost 7 years now. See how they
Yeah.
started in 16.
Well, Angel, I hope to see you guys, man. March 11th at the picnic. I really would love to meet you guys. Um, that would be totally cool if I can get you guys to come up to San Antonio for that weekend. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Even if it's just me myself, I'm known to attract mosquitoes and bugs. You know, at least I trust those guys more than I trust, those other guys. Uh, Hey man, Angel, we would love to meet you guys, dude. I think that would be awesome if we can get you guys to come up. You know what I'm saying? And bring some of that authentic Mexican food with you guys. Hey, you can't come if you're not bringing that.
That sounds like it's going to be a fun time. Hey,
Yeah.
teams that are on here, like one of the things that our team does that we haven't talked about yet, we try to do anyway. With COVID, we haven't been able to do it as much, but we do like community events. Like we'll clean cemeteries, we'll do
Mm-hmm.
parades. Are a lot of teams doing stuff in the community as well like that? That's one thing I'm proud of our team.
That's totally cool, man. I
Hmm.
mean, the more community outreach, the more that you guys are out there in the community doing great things, man. The more successful you are, and the more positive, people will react towards you guys because everybody knows. Yeah, if there's something positive, there's always something negative. It's just the way of the world. It's just like car battery, positive, negative. You know what I'm saying? So, and trust me, I've come across some negative paranormal teams that are
Oof.
just I can't even explain it. I came across a team that basically do the same thing you guys do, guys. Laura and Larry, they do the same thing that you do. They investigate residents, but the only problem is they charge, and it blew my mind.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's something that
that's no
I mean they can do
there.
what they want me, but it's not something for me personally.
Yeah, that blows my mind. I'm like, are they charged? Are you serious? But
I didn't think anybody did that anymore.
ooh, yeah, you'd be surprised. So yeah, man, people still charge these days. I mean, if you want to donate, that's fine. I totally accept the donation. Hell, I'll even take a beer, a water, whatever, but if
Yeah,
somebody, I would not have a flat fee for anybody. That is not that is not
yeah,
cool at all. You
That
know what I'm
takes
saying?
away from the gift of being able to go and help people to me. You
Yeah,
know that just takes
because
away.
yeah, the good thing about it is by not charging, you want able to spread that word. You know what I'm saying? You want other people to say, "Hey, man, Bluegrass did a great job. I mean, I'm really hey, these guys are awesome." And the word, but you didn't hear not say, "Oh yeah, but they charged me $300." You know what I'm saying? But once they say that, that's the downer right there. That is the downer. You don't want that. Hey, like, man, hey, three, but they didn't charge me anything. They were really professional. Uh, so I donated to their cause with my own free will, blah blah blah, and it was totally great. I will refer them to anybody.
And that's what we want because we want to be able to help as many people as possible.
Yeah. So that is totally cool, guys. That you guys are able to do that, help people out. But man, there's always when there's an upper, there's a downer, and I just hate
oh
it that
yeah,
it's like that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. The way it
So
is, though, yeah. I mean, you just got
yeah,
to
that's the
deal
way
with it.
it is. All right, guys. This is the part of the show where you guys get an opportunity to ask me a question. So feel free to do so at this moment.
Hmm. I don't know. We've talked about a lot. Let me think here. Okay, so um, Terry, what kind of things have you investigated, or what kind of places have you investigated in the area you're in?
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Larry, I know you don't like it. I know you don't. You got that look on your face. But I am a cemetery guy. I
Okay.
love I love cemeteries. Like I say, I'm more of a cemetery slash urban. I call myself an urbanite. Where we investigate everything that's urban, and the only for the simple fact is there is so much here in Texas that's outside that needs to be investigated more than they are inside.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of outside stuff that battlefields and stuff like that for sure.
And mind you guys, we are the second largest state in the country. So wherever we go, I mean, I can step around a corner and there be an historical marker right there. You know,
Sure.
blah, 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 blah died on this site in 1812. Or you can
Yeah.
go around the corner and hang a left at the Walmart, and you'll see another historical marker. Well, saying this is an old Indian trail. So there's a lot of things
Yeah.
here that's outside that I'm able to have access to. And the good thing about it is I don't have to pay any money to it.
Yeah.
Comparing to some of these places today that are charging outrageous, fees to get
Yeah.
people like me and you to go investigate.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So would you say there's a certain area or certain areas of Texas, meaning north, south, central, southern, that are more haunted in Texas?
To be honest with you, if you really want to put a certain region in Texas that is considered a little bit more haunted than the other region, I would have to say this is just me. This is just my opinion. Angel, Mike, those guys might say a little something different because different story for different folks. I would say East Texas because when you dive into East Texas, you're dealing with Native Americans, you're dealing with slavery, you're dealing with voodoo, which comes from Louisiana. So people are actually bringing that in. And also you're dealing with what else? You know what? I would just say those four things, or three things. So I would definitely say East Texas compared to West Texas, or in South Texas. Oh my God, dude! They have so many wars down there. I mean, you can't help but step on a piece of land where something traumatic has happened.
Right,
You know?
right.
So,
Right.
but if I had to pick my area, I would definitely pick East Texas.
That makes
And
sense.
and not only that, you're dealing with the piney woods. Man, the piney woods is, if I had to put the piney woods, man, that's deep. I mean, you go in there and get lost. And I think it goes from central, northeast Texas all the way up through Arkansas and all those areas up there. And I think eventually it hits the Appalachian Mountains. So, yeah, I mean,
Area.
definitely.
Yeah.
So one more question. Let's see. And Larry, you can ask questions too. I'm just trying to think of things.
I have none.
Oh, okay. So in your experience, or for any of you that are listening, or watching, in your experiences that you've had, what is the one that, like, if anybody says, "Hey, what," like I'm about to say, what's the most exciting, or the thing that made the most impact? What experience have you had that made the most impact on you in your
Okay.
investigation?
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
can honestly say, guys, let me see if I can get this right. This is what really, the tip of the iceberg that actually threw me off the ledge as far as paranormal investigating. Uh, me and a couple of more investigators, we were headed over to a cemetery in East Austin. Now, this is the type of this side of town it's not too popular. It's a place that you really don't want to go after dark, unless you got something on your hip. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but we were over there investigating, and to believe it or not, Laura and Larry, I was investigating. I mean, dude, we were fresh. We, had the basic equipment. I didn't even have the stuff we have now. but I was focused on a tree. I was focused on that tree, Larry, as much as you are focused on me on the camera. Laura is me in the camera. But the only problem is, I kept looking. I want to investigate, but I kept looking back at that tree. And it lasted maybe a good 30 minutes before my mind turned itself to something else. But for that 30 minutes prior, my mind and my eyes was focused on that tree. I don't know why, but it was focused. I'm like, man, why am I keep turning towards that tree like that? So, taking pictures. That's what we do. We take a lot of pictures. And so when I got home, and I'm like, dude, I can't see nothing because, one, I'm on this little 8-inch laptop that you really can't blow anything up. But I got this 60-inch screen TV. I went, plugged the camera up, put the SIM card back in the camera, and I'm able to look at pictures like that. So I'm going through each picture, and man, don't you know the reason why I was looking at that tree? Because somebody was looking at me.
That is cool. So you actually caught that. That's awesome.
And I caught it. And if you give me a minute, I'm going to send you that picture.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And it's going to blow your mind.
Nice.
Yes, I am. First of all, I'm going to send you this picture, and I want you to tell me if you can see it, what I see. Get out of there.
Which way are you sending it? Are you sending it like via Messenger or?
I am going to send it. Yeah, I'm going to send it Messenger.
Okay.
Let's go here. All right, you ready?
Ready.
I just sent it to you guys.
Larry got it.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
I didn't get that one.
Huh.
It'll come in later. Mine's probably running behind.
Yeah,
I'll have to let
that.
you know, Terry.
That's
Mine didn't come in yet. So.
What do you think that is, Larry?
You just hope. I have no idea. It looks like it's kind of glowing.
Now, are you looking at the picture, the person behind the tree or the person in the tree?
I was looking behind the tree. Let me see in the tree.
Well, I don't know what that is in the tree. Whatever it is, it's got two legs, two arms, and a head.
Like something's peeking around the tree. Is what I see.
Now that black figure behind the tree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine you looking at a tree, then you see this, the same tree, and you see this, and your mind's going to go running.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Now, what that light is on top of his head, I don't know.
Yeah, that's really odd because it really captures your eye when you see it at first.
Yeah. And what's so crazy about this, guys, we all know that what is the one thing that ghosts or a spirit draws from? It draws from energy.
Mm-hmm.
And just so lucky, from out of the south, a thunderstorm was coming.
Oh.
So everything in that cemetery had energy. It actually, you can feel the static electricity in that cemetery. And man, I mean, you can actually, the hairs on your arms, what was up, everything was going on. And just me, I'm just thinking, I could be wrong. All that energy fed into this guy, and it was actually able to manifest itself. I mean,
I
I
believe
could be
you. I
wrong.
believe that.
That's pretty cool.
That is. That sounds really cool. And I mean, I believe that completely. The more the more energy you have, because and that's what they need. And I
Yeah.
also and I think they need time. Like whenever we're investigating, a lot of people are like question after question after question. When you're doing an EVP session, you've
Hmm.
got. I think you've got to give them time sometimes because either they may not have the energy to respond. Because I think sometimes we'll get the response 3 questions later that we asked in the first question. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have to be aware of that sometimes.
You totally do. Patience is the key. Like you're saying, Laura, and patience is the key. You have to be patient. If you don't catch anything, you don't catch anything. But it definitely is. Being a paranormal investigator definitely takes time and patience. Without that, you have
Yes,
nothing.
exactly. Yep, for sure.
You
What
have nothing.
what started me to thinking that was because one time we were sitting in a circle of about 10 people and we were trying to speak to anything that wanted to speak to us, and we each had a turn asking a question. So when it came around, I said, my name is on my shirt. What is my name? And of course nothing responded. At the time we were using a spirit box. 2 people down, clear as day, you heard Laura. Clear as day.
Oh, you see,
So
that's
that's what brought it to my attention that, hey, they may not be able to respond right away. It might be, a little while down the line. So
exactly, exactly. All right, guys, where did Larry go? He just snuck off again.
he did, didn't he?
Yeah,
Got to watch that, Larry.
probably had to go use the potty. Okay, well, I can ask you, Laura. This has come to the end of the podcast. We've been
Hmm.
on for almost an hour and 52 minutes,
Hmm.
and that's time flies when you're talking and you're discussing things.
Oh, for sure.
Uh, you know, everybody has a bucket list. If you had a bucket list on where you want to go and where you want to investigate, where would you want to go?
I want to go to Ireland or Scotland. They're one of the oldest
Yeah.
lands, and I really want to investigate over there. I think that
Ireland
there's
is
so much history. And like I said, the lands are so much older than what we have here in the United States over that way that I would love to go that way.
okay.
Yeah.
And you, Larry, where would
Now
you
in
like
the
to go?
states, I'd like to go to Alcatraz.
To where?
Alcatraz.
Oh,
Yeah, in the states, I'd like to go over there and see Alcatraz.
Okay.
that would be
Two
cool.
two pretty cool places that I think uh, you might have a chance to go to Ireland, and you might have a chance to go to Alcatraz. Both of those places are very interesting. I would love to go check them out too.
Hmm.
But if I had a place, and Larry, you might understand why on this one. What I'm about to tell you is only because you've been in the military and you've probably seen a little bit of action, or you heard somebody that's been through action, or you may have a family member that was in this war. I would love to go to Normandy Beach.
Oh, yeah.
You
That would
know,
be awesome.
can you
I
imagine?
can imagine the energy there's out of the. I mean, it's high. Like it's got to be.
Yeah. I mean, oh my God, dude, can you imagine all? And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff going on. Man, you could probably hear bombs going off. You could probably hear a lot of stuff.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and you guys got to realize, man, these were just babies when they got off the boat and they got shot down with that. I can't even think the name of that machine gun. Yeah, but the Germans were just shooting at them, and that beach it was just blooded with hundreds, maybe not even thousands of dead bodies. You know,
Yeah.
so that yeah, I would definitely love to go and investigate. And another place I would like to go would be Auschwitz. I'll make sure I got some tissue because I know it's going to make you cry when you're there because all the emotion, all the dread, just and the anger
Mm.
that I think is there. Yeah, that would two places, and the third place is not too far from where you guys are now. Uh, I would like to head up to New York to go visit the Island of the Dead.
Oh, what is it?
Oh yeah.
Island of the Dead.
Hmm.
It's an island where they buried all the COVID victims at. If you,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and can you imagine all the people that died? And New York was the epicenter of COVID. So, I mean, they had thousands and thousands of people dying every day
Mm-hmm.
from this. And, and the craziest thing is if you're not family or if you didn't have a place for you to go, they're going to throw you wherever. The city's got to do what they got to do to get rid of you.
Mm-hmm.
If that's putting you in a mass grave like they did thousands of people, that's where you're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually, and the Island of the Dead was already occupied with graves also because the island was a sanitarium. So there was things going on there already that people had died there, you know, and it was totally. And what's so crazy about it, guys? They didn't hire. They went and got prisoners from Rikers just to throw you in the grave.
I
No
heard
matter,
that.
no matter what, if you was a baby, an adult, uh, yeah, they put you in a little makeshift box and just throw you in there.
Mm.
I imagine there's a lot of them places, not just from COVID, but just back in the day of Black Plague and
Oh yeah,
TB and all that. Way back in, I mean, I think there's a place over Alton, Illinois, by where I grew up, that they buried a lot of TB people off on
yeah.
an island by the Mississippi
Yes, sir.
River. So,
And I think,
Just yeah, just an hour away, hour and a half away from here in Brenham, yellow fever. When yellow fever swept through Texas before the cold snap actually broke it, they didn't know what to do with the bodies back in 1865. So they just dug a big hole and just called the cemetery Yellow Fever Cemetery. Now they
right.
still bury people there to this day, but once you go there, you can clearly see the four mounds of where people can, it's just crazy on
uh,
how they just buried people. It was wild.
and
Yeah.
I believe Savannah, Georgia is one of the cities that are built on top of the graves that they had back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. I believe
Oh, I
Savannah is
wouldn't
built
doubt
on
it.
top of
It's,
Yeah. There's probably a lot like that.
that. Mm-hmm.
Savannah, Georgia is probably one of the, I'm not going to say most haunted because paranormal investigators shouldn't use that word.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the most active cities in Georgia.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So
I don't know for sure. I've never been there. It's on my bucket list, but I've heard that.
Yeah. Savannah's
yeah.
pretty crazy. It's a pretty
Oh, I
crazy
wouldn't
place.
doubt it. Can you imagine? Another place you guys should go check out, and that's Slavery Road.
Where's that?
If I'm right, that is in Mississippi, Mississippi or Alabama,
Okay.
or it might be it's in Mississippi, Louisiana, or Alabama.
Okay.
It's a road where there's slave quarters on each side of the road. That's why it's called Slavery Road.
Huh.
And you're able to get out and walk through these places. And, dude, there was so much death and so much anger on those roads, man. You just got to go check it out. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway,
Yeah,
hey,
definitely.
yeah, it's crazy, guys. Hey, it is. What time is it over there, guys?
About 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
All
almost
right. Well, you know what? 9 o'clock. I know Larry got to go to bed.
done. Yeah, I go to bed like 7. I stayed
Oh,
up
wow.
Oh,
late.
Wow, man.
Well, I'm that
Okay.
guy.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, guys, it's been an honor talking with you guys.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Terry. I appreciate
definitely.
it. This was a
I
fun
will,
time.
yes. Next time, guys, let's get the whole team together. I would love to
Yeah,
meet the rest of them.
Okay. Yeah, we
we
can do
do.
that.
But I can't say, but it was truly an honor to have you guys on the show.
Well,
Same here,
thank you.
Terry. Thank you for inviting us. We really appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. And you guys keep doing what you're doing over there in Kentucky. Much
You got it.
respect, much love. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah.
Um,
Paranormal unity, Terry. That's what it's about.
yes,
You know
sir.
it. And hey,
Hey,
Terry, you're
mhm.
you're from the Austin area, right?
I live in the Cedar Park area.
Okay, that's closer to Austin than Bryan Station. I just want to let you know that my kids were born in Bryan College Station. That's where I live. So we're born rivals, are we not?
I'm not an Aggie fan, and I'm
I
not a
am definitely not either. I just wanted to tell you that.
Hey, you know what?
I see you. I see it.
I'm a Duck, and I'm home team. I'm a Bronco fan.
There you
Uh,
go.
you
Go
know, Matt,
dogs. Go dogs.
go
Go
Dog.
to Bulldogs.
I love it.
You know what? I'm gonna cut him off. You know what? That would if we played like we played during the regular season instead of the beginning of the. I think we would at least had a chance to hang with you guys instead of you guys blowing us out by 50 freaking points.
Yeah, well, just come down to just what was that?
I have no clue. I heard that.
It's probably my grandbaby. I'm sorry. I forgot to mute it.
Woo!
Yeah,
That was my grandbaby. That was my grandbaby.
well, she can do whatever she wants, so you just let her.
Yeah,
Do
she can do whatever she wants. She's
Yeah.
good. You know what I'm saying? All right, hey guys, tell the world how to get a hold of Bluegrass Ghost Chasers.
What's the website, Lorianne?
It is, of course, www.bluegrassghostchasers.net or .com.
Yeah,
Either
either or.
one. And of course, we have Facebook, Bluegrass Ghost Chasers. We are on TikTok as well, but we're not utilizing that as much. We're trying to utilize that a little bit more, but we do have a TikTok channel. Same thing with YouTube. And just look for Bluegrass Ghost Chasers, and you will find us.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All
and
right, guys.
just reach out and shout at us. We
Yeah, just
appreciate it.
reach out. Hey, reach out to these guys. If you guys are ever in the Kentucky area and you want to do an investigation or you just want to hang out with some cool people, reach out to Larry and Laura Ann, and I'm pretty sure they will help you out with
For sure.
whatever you want to do.
For
If they
sure.
want to,
Absolutely.
you know, if they want to take you down to Eastern Kentucky where you can hang out with the aliens and stuff, hey,
Ah,
you're more. They would take you down there,
that's right.
or if you want to go hang out with the college students, get drunk, pass out, throw up on somebody's carpet. Hey, I'm pretty sure they'll do that too.
Well, we'll point you in the direction. I don't know if we're gonna hang with you or not.
Yeah, they will point you, or you just want to sit on the back porch and watch a beautiful starry night in Kentucky. I'm
sure.
pretty sure they can do that too.
And I think
Oh,
we got
for sure.
trains somewhere around here.
Oh
So we
Lord, did you
probably
just mention train?
After
Hey,
I get
I
video,
am I would love to watch a train.
I'm gonna wait till I get my video glasses and we'll do it.
Yeah,
Well,
that'd be
you know
nice.
what? Yes, I will send you guys the link. No, I will send you guys the link for that. If I don't send you the link, I will send you guys the place where you can order them from.
Awesome.
But the device I was telling you guys about is actually called a Pygenie that circulates. And I
Yeah.
also would send you the link or the thing for that. Or better yet, you can just look it up on YouTube, see if it actually fits you guys. Because I'd rather have you guys look and see how the things operate, see how it fits. Will it fit into your, the way that you guys investigate? If I don't want you guys to go out there and waste, money if you guys don't think it would fit you guys.
Right.
But I actually did my research and I think it fits me perfect.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know
I
what
mean,
I'm
it's
saying?
something we can look into, and we appreciate
Mhm.
the heads
Yeah,
up.
I mean,
Sure.
definitely.
That's great.
Also, I will send you the link for this.
Okay.
Also, and I will send you. I'm going to look up on Lexington, Kentucky, and the store, and I'm going to look up the store, Five Below. I'm gonna send you the address to that too.
Thank you.
Going shopping, Terry. Going shopping.
Oh, okay. Well, hey guys, you guys have a wonderful night, man. And like I said, I really appreciate you guys coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Hey guys, like I said, go out there, guys, and support Bluegrass. Go check out their Facebook page. You guys got an Instagram also?
I believe, neither one of us really run it, so
Yes,
but we do. We do.
Well, hey, you know what? Just go check out all the social media outlets that are out there, and I'm pretty sure these guys are on it. They don't have a Twitch yet, but hopefully they'll be able to get one here shortly and do some gaming and do some podcasting and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, have a good night, guys. And
good night,
guys.
Peace.
Bye, guys.
Bye. All right, guys. What do you guys think about Bluegrass Ghost Chasers? A pretty cool group of guys, man. They seem like they know what they're doing. Their heart is set into this. And, you know, like I said, if you guys want to go out and chat with them, they are some very friendly people. And if you guys are also going out into that area, just reach out to them and they will show you around. They'll show you a good time. What do you think about them, Mike? I thought they were pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? So just wait and see on Mike's. Let's see what he thinks here. Okay, well, I thought they were pretty cool. Yeah, Mike said they're cool, man. All right, well, guys, next week, it will actually be my 2-year anniversary, man, with on my podcast. And I am actually going to sit down and talk with the individual that set this whole thing off for me. Because it wasn't from him accepting my invite to come on the show, none of this would be possible. So his name is John Montilago from Dark Explorers Paranormal out of well, I think he's from the Juro Temple area, but that's who I got on the show next Saturday. So feel free, dude. We're gonna celebrate my 2-year anniversary on being on a podcaster. You know, I think I've achieved a lot in my short time. I really think that I'm headed in the right direction. You know, but just tell me what you guys think. If you guys think I need to work on something, you know, just let me know, dude. I mean, I would not mind hearing from the public. You know, you guys, I'll take criticism. I'll take it in stride. You know what I'm saying? I really do. So if there's anything I need to work on, just feel free. Just reach out and just tell me. And I'll try to work on it. You know what I'm saying? So let's be respectful in it, you know, and we'll just go from there. You know, but in the meantime, I am about to get out of here. I think I got dinner ready for me. I'm having French fries. But in the meantime, hey, you guys have a blessed night. Peace.